said B, sorry.
Oh.
I don't know why that's there. Good. How about G?
Okay.
And a C. And an A. And a D. And an F. And a B. And an A. G. C. D. G. D. A. E. B. F. C. G. D. A. E. B. Good job. All right, we're gonna have to do that less and less. Which one should I use?
Oh, that's the old one from the kids. Just find about most of the way through it. You can. Okay.
That'll work for a while. You
Yeah.
guys can hold on to that. Here you go. Okay. I just had a pencil around here somewhere. So, let me your little scale thing.
Okay.
Very nice. Now I want you to leave all of your fingers on the keys as you play like this.
Oh, I know how to do that.
Very nice. How about the left hand?
Okay.
Now don't get too close to the keys. Go back where you were. Good.
Wait.
Excellent job. All right, now what I want you to really try to do is not have any space between the notes. Let me play down here and you'll be able to hear better. Instead of, hear the difference?
Yeah.
I'm putting a space in between each one. I want it to be smooth, where there's no space in between the notes. It's a little hard because watch what happens. As that when I play this note here, when I play this D, the C, where my thumb is playing, watch my hand, is going to let off right at the same time that I play the D. See how that happened? So there's no space in between. See how that's working? When I play the next one, the other one lets off. There's no empty space in between. Try that.
Okay.
A little more slowly and really think about each note. See how you're letting off? Try, okay, play the thumb. And then only let go of the thumb once this two is played. Ready? There you go.
This is hard.
And it's hard, isn't it? I want you to work on that this week,
I
okay?
can do that. I
Think
practice.
so? Alright, we'll find out what you can do in a minute. Okay, try the left hand. That was better. Left hand's a little easier, hey?
Yeah.
Are you left or right-handed?
I don't know. Right-handed.
Take this pencil and write the number 4 on that piece of paper. You're right-handed. See how you're holding it in your right hand? Okay. Alright. Don't kick my piano.
Sorry.
Okay. Today is 1/4/13. No, 14. Ah! Time is flying.
You guys, it's the second and it's really confusing.
It is the 4th right? Okay. Alright. How do you spell your name?
N-A-G-I-N-E.
Alright, just making sure. Alright. What note is this?
Now see.
Almost. Middle C has a line going through it. like that. So what's right above middle C?
Treble clef.
Treble clef, right? Now what's this note? 'Cause this note is right above middle C. This one is middle C, and this one is right above it. So if this is middle C, what's right above it? Okay, the next note up. What note is that?
No, I don't know.
Well, what's its name? You know its name.
D?
D, right. So all of these notes just have letter names, just like all of the notes on here. So I'm going to point to, I need a better example. Let's see what's on the next pages here. Here we go. There's middle C, correct? What did we say this was?
E.
E, good. Okay, so you're starting to get how that works? Are you
Uh-huh.
watching and listening?
It kind of goes like, dun, so it goes like C. It's
C, D, E, F, G. Right, so that's all there is to it. All this is a system to tell you what note to play. So if I see this note, I'm going to play a C. And if I see this note, I'm going to play a G. That make sense? Okay, come closer because I want you to start seeing these differences. Some of them are black, and some of them have holes in them. Some of them have stems, these little lines coming off of them, and some of them don't.
So those are the speeches that
Okay, so we have different kinds of notes. I want you to say the word quarter note.
Quarter note. Quarter note.
Quarter note. A quarter note is this kind here. It's black and it has a stem on it. So all notes have two parts to them most of the time. They have the head of the note, which is the round part. Say that, the head.
The head. The head.
The head of the note, and then they have the stem. Say that. The stem, okay? Just like the stem on a flower. Pick a flower, there's a stem and a head on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the head and the stem. Some of them only have a head and they have no stem.
That's a space.
Not necessarily. It's actually a note, just like this, but it gets more time. Remember last week when we were talking about
Rhythm.
rhythm and music can be divided into what or what?
2 parts. It can be divided to 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Remember that?
Remember like this crazy like Irish dance music like
Mhm.
5, it's only 2 and 3.
Yep. Okay. So, the reason that these notes are different is they're telling us how many beats that note should get. Remember last week as I was playing Mary Had a Little Lamb all weird?
Yeah. It doesn't feel right.
Right? It doesn't sound right. So, what these are telling us is how long to play the notes for. Okay? So, a quarter note, which is black and has a stem, gets 1 beat. Okay? A half note, which is only halfway filled up, see that? How many beats do you think it gets?
2.
2. Good job. And then we have another quarter note, so that's worth 1, that's worth 2, and that's worth 1. How many total?
3.
2 plus 1 plus 1.
2 plus 1 with 1 equals
4. Okay, so we have 4, and then we have a line drawn, and then we have, how many does this one get?
2.
And how does that one get?
2. 4.
Okay, then there's 4, good, then we have another line. This is called a whole note. Say that.
Whole
Whole
note.
note. How many beats do you think a whole note gets?
3. 4.
4. Because look, if we have 4, then we have another line drawn there. And then
2.
2. And then it's the end of the piece. So what did you notice? We have a line after how many beats?
4 and 2. Like this is the 2 right here.
Yep. Okay, so ignore that one because that's just
Okay, 4.
4. Good job. So we have 4 beats and then a line. 4 beats and then a line. 4 beats and a line. So this music is divided into groups of 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or we could just say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
So if I play this, it's going to sound like this. If I'm going to count it very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and this the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So not only am I playing the note that's shown, C and D and E and F and G, but I'm playing them for different amounts of time, based on if it's a quarter note or a, what kind of note is this?
Half note.
Half note, good. And what kind of note is
Whole note.
whole note? Okay, so,
3/4 note.
well, we'll get to 3/4 notes in a minute. But, well, they're not really called 3/4 notes, but we'll figure those out later. So, what kind of notes do we have?
We have a quarter note.
Yep.
Half note. Whole note.
Okay, you say them.
Quarter note. Half note.
And whole note. Good. So, quarter note gets how many beats?
Quarter note gets 1
2.
beat.
1. Remember these? They're black. They get 1. They're the basic ones.
So
Okay.
they call C.
So black
C
notes?
gets C1. 4.
4. Is this all making sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now we were talking about these lines here, right?
Mhm.
And how they divide the music up into groups of
4.
4. Good. These lines are called bar lines. Say that.
Bar line.
Bar lines. And so almost all music is going to be divided up into sections
Of bar lines.
defined by bar lines. And you're always going to have 4 beats, or sometimes you could only have 2, or sometimes you could have 3,
or
or sometimes you could have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, if we look at the beginning of a piece of music, we're going to see 2 numbers. See all of these? Okay? If we look at some others, if we go forward, we'll find different ones.
Like
Let's
harder.
see. No, they're not harder. They're just different. Look, here, look. What do you see there? 3, 4. Okay, so a lot of music is written in 4/4, and the top number tells you how many beats there are going to be in a measure. So, if you can imagine these as being sections of a candy bar. Okay?
Yummy.
Yummy. So, this top number tells us how many peanuts are in each section of the candy bar.
We know I got peanuts at school.
Well, that's okay. We're talking about imaginary peanuts. So, what's this number?
4.
4, right?
So you have 4 peanuts in it.
4 peanuts in each measure. So, these little sections that we have divided the music up into are called measures. Say that.
Measures.
Okay, so measures are divided up by...
4.
Okay, good, but what are the little lines called? What do we call them?
Broad.
No.
Broad line.
Bar lines, remember? So, we have
4
bar lines
lines.
dividing the music up into sections called...
4.
Okay, sections, what are they called though?
Sections.
Measures.
Measures.
Measures, okay? Bar lines, and the sections that they divide the music up into are called measures. Okay, so you can imagine that each measure is the part of a candy bar, and the top number here tells you
How many? Well, how much chocolate's in it? Or how
no,
many
not
peanuts?
chocolate. How many peanuts or how many nuts are in each section? So the top number here is what?
How many peanuts?
Oh, what's
or
the number?
4.
4. So 4 peanuts per section, right? Now the bottom number. Have you guys done fractions in math?
No. Yeah, I have.
So if I write this fraction,
Okay, so
how do you read that?
it's been we haven't read this in first grade for a long time.
Okay, so 1/4, right? What's another way of saying 1/4?
1/4.
What do you put in a candy machine to get the candy out?
Well, usually you take
What's the name of the
quarter.
piece of money? A quarter, right?
A quarter.
So, a quarter is also the name of a note, right? So,
There's a quarter.
this bottom number tells us what kind of note is going to have 1 beat. Okay?
So 4 notes are gonna have 1 beat. Well, it says.
4 notes, well, it's not really a 4 note, it's a quarter note, or a 1/4 note, right? Okay, so a quarter note gets 1 beat because this bottom number is a 4.